Welcome everybody. My name is Valerie Kiser and I'll be teaching the chair class this morning. It's a 45-minute class. Based on what some folks said beforehand, it sounds like we need to stay in the chair today, which is absolutely fine. There's so much that you can do that's yoga sitting in the chair and never have to get up out of it. So I've been teaching chair yoga probably 16 or 18 years now, somewhere along that way. So I'm excited to share the program with you this morning. So if you'll join me in sitting in your chair, hopefully everybody's got a sturdy chair without arms. If you'd like to use a small pillow, I've got a Nerf ball here. You can use that between you and the back of your chair. Let me introduce my co-teacher here. If y'all can see him, this is Louie. He always likes to help me with yoga, and he's always a special help with chair yoga. So you see in his butt at the moment, but eventually he may turn around. So if you'll join me to come sit in a tall seat. So just plant your feet firmly onto the floor, point your knees and your toes forward. Feel your weight balance between right and left in your feet and in your hips on the chair seat. Take the spine up nice and tall. So feel how you're lifting the top of your head up toward the ceiling. And then turn your palms up. So you're resting the backs of your hands onto your legs. Now, certainly if we do anything that's not appropriate, isn't comfortable, you were told by your doctor not to do it, then of course, please don't. If you've got questions, apparently Howie said he'll pass along any chat messages you guys send through. So feel free to ask questions if you need to. So I invite you to take a slow, full, deep breath in, breathing in through your nose. Exhale also through your nose. Relax your shoulders and let go. So we'll start just simply by focusing on the breath. Breathe with slow inhales and slow exhales through your nose. And notice if each breath might become just a tiny bit longer than one before it. But never to the point of strain or discomfort, but just to the point of lengthening the inhales, lengthening the exhales. And notice the expansion of your abdomen, your rib cage, your back, your chest. You may even notice subtle movements of your arms or your hips as you're breathing. We'll take one more intentional breath like that. And then moving on your next exhalation, bring your palms together and bring your hands up to the center of your chest so that your thumbs are sitting on your breastbone. That if you drew a line from one armpit to another, that your thumbs would be sitting on that. Your fingers are pointing up and just a tiny bit out away from the chest. And then with your next exhalation again, let your chin gently drop down towards your chest. We'll take this moment just to relax even a little bit more. Breathe a little bit more easily. And then release your hands. This time, just let your palms rest onto your legs. And then very gently open your eyes. And slowly lift your head. Bring your gaze to look up and forward once again. Let's begin just to warm up the body a little bit. So ever so gently, lift your left ear up toward the ceiling as if you were listening to somebody upstairs. So just a small movement again. If anything's uncomfortable, painful, then just feel free to skip it. You can modify. If you're not sure how to modify, please ask. And then slowly bring your head up to center. And then go the other way. So now lift your right ear to the ceiling. So you didn't finish hearing the conversation with the other ear. So now you've got to lift your right ear up to finish the conversation eavesdropping upstairs. And then gently bring the head back to center. And then slightly drop your chin towards your chest. Don't feel like you got to put your chin all the way down there, but just a little bit of a drop. And then slowly bring your head back to center And then ever so slightly lift your chin, or maybe just your eyes. So if lifting your chin is not appropriate, you could just lift your eyes. That would be fine. And then slowly bring your head back into center. Now take your arms just down by your sides. Let's just do a few gentle shoulder shrugs. So intentionally pull your shoulders up and then gently pull them back down. So to do that a few times on your own, just waking up the shoulders and the upper back a little bit. Do that one more time. And now round the shoulders a little forward and round them a little back. So it's like you're rounding your shoulder blades, you're squeezing your shoulders toward each other in the front, and then you're squeezing your shoulders together in the back, stretching the chest. So just back and forth of those a few times. Do that once more. And then just come back into neutral. Now, as you inhale, raise the arms forward and up overhead, stretching the fingertips toward the ceiling. And then exhale to lower your arms back down. So continue that, but go at your own pace, whatever rhythm you're breathing. Slow inhale, slow exhale, and see if you can match your movement to your breath. So inhale, the arms go forward and up. Exhale, arms go down and relax. So do that one more time. And then finally, just release the arms back down. Now, stretch your arms out in front of you. Interweave your fingers all the way up to the webbing. And then turn your palms forward toward the camera. So relax your shoulders out of your ears. Press the palms forward. Press evenly from the index side and the pinky side, making the palms flat toward the camera. And then, or your screen, really, I guess I should say. Then turn your palms in. So what I want you to notice is, how are your fingers interwoven? What set of fingers are on top? Is it right or is it left? So for me, mine's left. So I'm going to change it so that everything's now opposite, including the thumbs. And then turn your palms forward again. So you're pressing your palms toward the screen. Relax your shoulders down again from your ears and breathe. Slow breath in, slow breath out each time. And then turn your palms in, release your fingers, and relax the arms all the way down. Now scoot forward in your chair. If you had something between you and the back of the chair, you can go ahead and set that aside. So come forward in your chair a little bit. Now take your arms down by your sides, and then similar to what we did earlier, as you inhale, take your arms back, like you're reaching toward the wall behind you, and then exhale and let your arms come back down by your sides. So let's do that a few times. So inhale, raise your arms up and back, and exhale, lower them down by your side. So again, do that on your own rhythm of breathing. Inhale to raise the arms, exhale to lower the arms. So do that a few more times on your own. That's it, last one. And then just relax the arms back down. All right, so hopefully the shoulders are feeling a little warmed up now. So let's move on to your spine. So placing the hands onto your thighs, take your spine up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Then as you exhale, draw your belly in and hinge forward a little bit. So you're keeping the spine nice and long. We're not rounding. There's no slouching allowed, but keeping that spine nice and long. Now keep breathing while you're here. And then slowly come all the way back upright. Bring your spine up nice and tall. Now, hinge back just a little bit. So just like you hinged forward, you're going to hinge back. I'll show from the side view that you're just tipping back. So it's not that I'm slouching back. I'm just tipping back a little bit. And you might go, oh, I got some belly muscles in there that are working. And then come back upright. And then once again, exhale, hinge forward a little bit, no slouching, no rounding the back, keeping everything nice and long. Make sure you're breathing while you're here. And then slowly come all the way back up, right? And then tip yourself back a little bit. Again, activate your belly muscles. And then slowly come back upright. So now let's move into a twist. So keeping the spine warming up. So raise the arms out to the sides. Don't hit furniture or the pets. So take a deep breath in and then exhale, twist to your right. So I want you to hang onto the chair somehow with your right hand. take your left hand to your right knee and gently turn your belly, your chest, your nose, and maybe even your gaze over the right shoulder. Keep breathing while you're there. And then inhale, come back to center. Raise the arms out to the sides. So inhale, get tall, and then keep your tallness. Exhale, twist to your left. So hold the chair with your left hand. Right hand goes over there onto that left leg and gently turn. So you're starting from your belly, then your chest, then your nose. Maybe your eyes are looking back over the right shoulder. And then on an inhale, slowly come back to center. Reach the arms out wide to the sides. And then exhale and lower the arms back down. So we've got a couple more movements of the spine to go. So this one's going to be a side bend. So it's like you're trying to reach for something beside your chair. So hold on to the chair with the right hand. Raise the left arm. If that's a shoulder issue, you can always keep the hand down. Exhale and bend your right elbow and side bend, so that you're stretching the left side of your torso. You might feel the right side of your waist getting a little scrunchy down there. So you're contracting the right, stretching the left. Keep breathing. And then on an inhale, come back up, right? And let's go the other way. So hang on to the chair with the right hand, or left hand, I'm sorry. Hold on with the left hand, raise the right arm as you inhale. And then exhale, side bend over to the left side of your room. So you should feel the opposite actions in the sides of your waist, right and left. And don't forget to keep breathing while you're here. And then inhale, come all the way back upright. Exhale, relax both arms back down. All right, so now hopefully the shoulders are ready, the spine's ready, and now we can focus more on warming up the hips and the legs. So find a comfortable distance front to back in your chair so you don't feel like you're going to fall off, but you're not probably all the way back because that'll make it a little harder. Is begin to alternate lifting your knees one at a time. And if that's challenging, you could always use your hands to help. That would be fine too. So you're going to alternate the knees moving up and down, just lifting and lowering the knees. And just feel, okay, my hips are warming up, waking up this morning. Yep, that's not a bad thing. All right, so next time you lift the right knee, hold it up there. Then you can even grab hold if you want, and then see if that knee will come up any higher toward your chest. And then you could make a little ankle circle. Maybe you got some popping going on, if y'all can hear mine. And then circle and go the other way. And then relax the ankle and then set the foot down. So let's do the other side. So exhale, raise your left knee up. I'm right and left all kind of backwards today, don't I? So use your hands, hug that knee up as high as it's comfortable for going. And then make a circle with that ankle. Ah, this one's quiet for me. I wonder if you guys are equally noisy. And then you circle the other, oh, there it went. Circle the other way. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but my ankle's cracking like crazy. And then one more circle, and then just relax the ankle, and then set the foot back down. So have your feet firmly on the floor, toes pointing forward, knees pointing forward. And now lift and lower all 10 toes. You're going to lift and lower. It's like you're just waving your toes. Hello. So just up and down, up and down, up and down. All right, now walk your feet forward a little bit more. So your ankles are in front of your knees. And now lift and lower not just the toes, but the balls of the feet. So basically you're going from flat feet up onto the heels, back and forth like that a few times. And then just relax the feet down. Now, without moving the thighs so much, we're going to warm up the ankles a little side to side. So the hips, the legs, the knees aren't really moving anywhere. It's the ankles. So you're going to pick your feet up and point your toes over to the right a little bit and put them down. And then pick the toes up, swing them over to the left a little bit and put them down. So you're going to go back and forth, right to left, kind of like windshield wipers. I don't know about where you guys are, but it's been rainy here this morning. So apparently I have windshield wipers on the brain. So we're just waving the toes back and forth, side to side, warming up the ankles a little bit more. And then just bring the feet back to center. Walk your feet back so your ankles are under your knees. So you're sitting up nice and tall once again. All right, so now we've got the hips and the legs a little bit warmed up. So hopefully you feel nice and warm. If you don't, please do let me know. But let's move into our next series of poses. So some of these poses might normally be done standing, but we're going to stay in the chair today, proving that, yes, Howie, you can call this yoga. So now let's take the right leg, and you're going to swing your right leg over to the right side and then scoot to your left so that you're hooking your right knee on the edge of your chair. So your right knee and toes are pointing to the side, and then stretch your left leg forward toward the screen. Now you can stay here. This may be enough for you for today, and that's fine. Or maybe that left leg, you can heel toe. So again, working with the ankle, you can heel toe that left leg over toward the left, so that you're hanging out over toward the left diagonal. End up with your foot on the ground and your left toes pointing forward. Now place your right hand on the inside of your right knee, and then turn your belly, your chest, and your nose toward the screen. So your right knee's pointing to the right wall, your belly button's pointing toward the screen. All right, so now inhale, raise your arms up parallel to the floor, coming into warrior two. Now slowly turn your head and gently look over that right hand. Now, for some reason that's not comfortable, you can always keep the head forward. You could always keep the hands on the hips. That works fine. So now on your next exhale, just simply relax your arms down. You can bring your face to look back toward the screen. Don't move your legs yet, because we're going to do that same side once again. All right. So inhale, raise the arms up parallel to the ground, and then turn and look to your right hand once again. So your belly button's pointing forward, your nose and your knee are going to the right. So now let's turn this into side angle pose. So reach over your right leg and place your forearm on your thigh out near your knee. You can just turn that right palm up. Now this left arm that's kind of dangling over here, sweep it down near your hip, reach it forward toward the screen, and then all the way overhead on the diagonal by your ear. So that there's that side torso stretch that we had going on earlier. So feel that nice long spine, nice long stretch from fingers to hip. Don't forget to keep breathing while you're here throughout the whole practice. And then just relax that left arm down. Bring your torso all the way back upright. Now take that left leg that you've moved maybe, and then just heel toe it back forward. So again, we're working with the ankle, sneaking some ankle work in, and then bend your left knee, and then swivel yourself back so you're sitting even in your chair, facing forward once again, facing the screen. Okay, so let's see how that goes on the other side. So same thing over here. So you're going to swing your left knee and your left toes to the left, and then slide your booty to the right. So I'm going to hook my knee pretty much at the edge of the chair seat there. Just no falling out of the chair. So now this right leg, you're going to stretch it forward, and you can keep it here. That's perfectly fine. Or if it's comfortable, you can heel toe and wiggle your way around to the right. End up with your foot flat, sole of the foot flat on the ground, and your right toes pointing forward. All right, so left hand on the inside of the left knee. That's just a reminder that it's still pointing that direction. And then turn your belly button toward the screen. All right, so inhale, raise the arms, and turn and look to your left hand. So you're looking at your left fingers. Relax your shoulders down, take your spine up tall. Again, don't forget to breathe while you're in this warrior two. And then slowly exhale and just relax your arms. Keep your legs, because y'all know what's coming. It's the advantage of doing it on both sides, right? You know what to anticipate now. So let's do that again. So belly button toward the screen. Inhale, raise the arms up parallel to the floor, parallel to the screen, and then look toward the left hand again. Now this time reach over the left leg. Place your forearm onto your thigh out near your knee. You can just turn that left palm up. And then this right arm, let it drop down towards your right hip. Swing it forward, up and around, and all the way on the diagonal. So that right arm ends up near your right ear. The palm is facing down, but your belly button and your nose are still relatively facing forward toward the screen. This is called extended side angle pose. So you can feel the stretch in the side of your body, can't you? The right side of your waist and your ribs are hopefully getting a lengthening, a nice stretch. And then slowly just swing that right arm back down, bring it back down near your hip. Slowly inhale, come all the way back upright. Just leave your left leg where it is for a minute more. All right, we got to get that right foot forward. So heel toe, heel toe. Again, I'm sneaking in some more ankle work, aren't I? Bringing that leg back in, bend the knee, and then swivel everything back around to the front so that you're sitting with a tall spine. Once again, basically like a seated mountain pose here. Good. All right, so let's move into a version of triangle pose. So scoot a little forward in your chair, don't fall off, but scoot a little forward, and then stretch your right leg to the right and your left leg to the left. All right, so again, don't go so far that you're falling out of the chair. Hang on if you need to with your hands. So we'll just keep the toes pointing forward just to keep things simple today. So raise the arms out to the sides again. Take a breath in. Now, as you exhale, tip to the right. So you're going to reach down with your right hand. You could hold the chair seat, or you could grab the leg of the chair. So you're tipping a little sideways and then raise the left arm toward the ceiling. Now, if that's a shoulder issue or you shouldn't raise your arms, you could always keep that left hand on the hip as an alternative. That would be fine. Or raise it up. And keep breathing while you're here. And then slowly inhale and come all the way upright. Let's just go straight to the other side. So exhale, tip a little left. Don't fall out of the chair. So either hold the chair seat or the chair leg with your left hand. Right hand can go to the hip, or you can raise the right arm up. And all the while, keep breathing. That's it. And then slowly inhale and come all the way back upright. Exhale, lower the arms, and then bend the legs back in. You can use your hands if you need to help, and bring your legs back together, coming back into mountain pose again. All right, I'm sure you guys are doing a great job. I can't see you, but I trust that y'all are doing a great job. All right, so now we're going to move into warrior one. So I want you to swivel to your right. So sit sideways in your chair and then scoot back until, again, you hook the knees at the edge of the chair, kind of like you did for warrior two, but for warrior one, we're facing sideways. All right, so you're going to keep your right leg where it is. That's your stability. You're going to take your left leg and just drop it off. Let it hang off the front of your chair a little bit. Now, you can stay right here with that left leg, or if you want to slide it back a little further, that's fine too. Feel free to use your hands on the chair seat and the chair back for stability. Now, inhale, raise the left arm overhead. And then if you feel comfortable letting it go of the chair, you could also raise your right arm overhead as well. If you don't feel steady, then keep your right hand on the back of the chair so you are steady. So reach the spine up nice and tall, stretch the top of the head up closer toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. And then slowly exhale, lower the arms, and then take that back leg and slide it up to join your right leg. All right, so let's do a little swivel. So you're going to do a 180-degree flip around to the other side. And now you've got the left side to the back of the chair. Hook your knees at the edge. Hold on for stability as you need, and then your right leg, you're going to drop it off the front edge of the chair. You can keep it quite bent, that's fine, or maybe straighten it a bit more. You decide. So keep the spine up nice and tall, and then inhale, raise the right arm overhead. Maybe you add the left arm also, or maybe you keep holding on to the chair, whichever one you feel more stable with. Feel the spine getting nice and tall. And then slowly relax the arms down as you exhale. Take that back leg, bring it forward so that it's with the left, and then swivel yourself back around to the front. So just pause here for a moment, just check in, see how your hips and your knees are feeling at this point. All right, so let's do a twisting pose. So we're going to go and do that swivel again. So turn yourself back around to the right side, scoot back, hook the knees pretty much at the edge of the chair. So now this time, inhale and raise both arms up overhead. Now, as you exhale, turn toward the back of the chair. So take your hands down, grab low on the sides of your chair back, and you're turning your belly button, your chest, and your nose to face the wall behind you. Now, I'm turning toward the camera just to make sure you guys can hear me, but pretend I'm looking at the yoga wall behind me, okay? I just want to make sure you can hear me fully. And then slowly release the twist. And now we're going to go around to the other side. So again, make your way, spin around 180 degrees the other way. Scoot back, hook your knees on the edge, knees and feet pretty much are together in parallel. And then inhale, raise the arms overhead. And then exhale, turn toward this back of the chair. So you're turning the same way you did a minute ago. So you should be looking at the same wall. So grab low on the chair so your shoulders aren't in your ears and holding them up. Relax your shoulders and take your spine up tall. So as you twist, each breath, you get longer and taller. Each breath out, you might turn just a tiny bit more. And then inhale and slowly let go of the twist. And then swivel yourself back to face the screen once again. So knees and toes and nose are all pointing forward. And sit with a tall spine. Once again, tall spine, crown of the head up tall, hips are pressing down evenly right and left. All right, so now let's move into what would be a balancing pose if we were standing, but it's actually a bit of a balancing pose seated in the chair, and it's going to be tree pose. So I'm going to give you a whole bunch of options, and you decide which one makes the most sense for you today. So keep your right leg just stationary like it is. That's like your tree trunk. You're going to drop the left knee out to the side. And then if your toes are okay with it, come up onto the ball of the foot a little bit and just rest the left heel just above your right ankle. So that's going to be an option. That's fine. Or you could even cross the leg in front of the ankle if you kind of want to just chill out and relax a little bit more. So those are two options. The other two options are up higher. So you could either rest the foot up to the inner leg. This one's probably the hardest of all the options. Or you could cross the ankle over the thigh. Okay, so you've got choices. You decide which one you want to work with today. And then join your palms together, just like we did at the beginning. So if you drew a line from one armpit to another, your thumbs sit on that line, your spine is nice and tall. And imagine yourself balancing on that right foot, because you are balancing on the right foot. You just happen to be seated, but yet there's still that long, tall spine. And then gently relax the arms, release the legs, come back to that seated mountain pose again. So let's do the same thing on the other side. Same options. So you could always cross the ankle over the ankle for a little more chilled out version. You can have it more to the side so that your toes are on the ground and your right heel is above the left inner ankle. Or you could bring the leg up and cross it over on the thigh if that's appropriate for your hips and your knees. Or if you really want to challenge it, you can have it more to the inner, so the sole of your foot's more to the left inner thigh. So you've got some choices with that. And then join your palms, hands together, take your spine up tall. All the while, keep breathing, slow breath in, easy breath out. Good. And then slowly let the hands come down. And release the legs, bring them back down parallel to one another again. Okay, nicely done. So now let's do a couple more poses that involve arms and legs. The next one is going to be eagle pose. So we'll start with the legs, we'll do the arms, and then we'll do it all together. So keep your right leg stationary and then cross your left ankle over your right ankle. So that is option one. Again, I'm giving you some choices on this one. So you can stay here. That's fine. Or if it's appropriate, you could cross your left thigh over your right thigh. Again, only if that's okay for hips and knees and low back. If it's not, go lower or even do it without crossing the legs. You could just let the knee flop out. All right, so there are the legs. Got that? Okay, let's uncross. The same thing on the other side. So now with your right leg, you can either cross the ankle over the ankle, or you could cross thigh over thigh. Again, make choices based on what's best for your body, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. If your doctor said don't do something. And then release and lower that leg back down. All right, now we got to get to the arms. So stretch the arms out in front of you. And I'm going to come closer to the camera just so you can see my arms a little bit better. So you're going to reach your arms out in front of you. And then cross your right arm over your left arm. Now see if you can cross higher and cross a little higher. So maybe you're actually even crossed at the elbows. Now bend your elbows. You're going to turn your palms away from each other and start to bring the backs of the hands toward each other. So I'm bringing the backs of the hands toward each other. That's it. Now, if you want to get a little crazy with it, then you can move your right hand around and join the fingers and the palm together. So that is an option, but maybe your arms are like this and they're nowhere near each other. And that's fine too, right? That's just your version of the pose. So we all have our own version of it. And then release and relax your arms down. So now let's do the second side, because that was right arm over left. Now we got to do left over right. So reach the arms out in front, cross the left over the right. And if you can see, I'm crossing at the elbows here. And now you're going to bend the elbows, start to bring the backs of the hands toward each other like so. Maybe they are this far, maybe they're close, maybe they touch, I don't know, since I can't see y'all. So then your left hand, if you want to, then kind of sneaks around the right. And maybe the palms come together. Again, that's why I teach in options. You got a whole lot of choices here. Maybe this is your pose, and that's great too. And then release and lower the arms down. Okay, so we got the legs, we got the arms. Y'all know what's coming next, right? So now we got to put it all together. So let's start with the left leg. So either cross left ankle over right ankle or left thigh over right thigh. Okay, that's usually the easy part, right? The legs are stationary. We're not going anywhere. So now we got to do these crazy arms. So reach the arms forward. So whichever leg is on top, it's your opposite arm on top. So since we have our left leg on top, you cross your right arm over your left and then bend your elbows. Once again, maybe the hands come together, maybe they're apart, maybe you twiddle and intertwine them, but wherever you end up is where you end up. And then slowly let the arms go and then release the leg too. Okay, so now we got to do the other side. So cross your right ankle over your left ankle or right thigh over left. Now, the right knee's on top, so that means the left arm is on top. So stretch forward, cross the left elbow over the right elbow, and then bend the elbow. Start to bring the hands up. Backs of the hands toward each other. Maybe you intertwine and twizzle the arms. Maybe the hands are far from each other. Wherever you end up is all good. And then release the arms, let go, and then release the legs so the feet are back flat on the floor. All right. So now let's move into a pose called bound angle pose. So you may want to scoot forward in your chair a little bit. Don't fall out. So now turn the soles of your feet together and have your knees pointing out toward the side walls. Now you can always hold on to the chair for more stability if that feels more comfortable for you. And feel that nice tall lift in your spine. Keep breathing while you're here. Slow breath in, slow breath out. So now we'll turn this into a pose called head to knee pose. So tell you what, just leave your left leg right where it is, and then stretch your right leg forward. So your right heel is on the ground, the right knee is straight, and you're pointing that knee and toes up toward the ceiling. So take the spine up tall, and you may want to hold on to the chair for this one. And then keep your spine long, tip forward a little bit. So I'll turn sideways so that hopefully you can see that I'm keeping the spine long. I'm not just rounding and trying to put my nose on my thigh. I'm keeping the spine long. So it's like I'm trying to reach my chest toward the screen. I'm not dropping down. I'm going out. Now, as you do this, you might feel a stretch in the back of that straight leg. You might feel something in the hip of the bent leg. You may feel it somewhere else too, and that's all right. And then slowly inhale and come back upright, and then go back to that bound angle. So soles of the feet together, knees are pointing out east and west. Lift up tall, breathe. And then let's do the other side. So keep the right leg where it is. Stretch your left leg forward. So you're on your heel, knee up, toes up. spine goes up. So the top of your head gets closer to your ceiling. Take a breath in and then exhale, tip forward. So you're tipping forward over the straight leg, but keep the spine long. So again, I'm not trying to put my nose on my thigh and just round my back and turn into a turtle, but I'm keeping that spine nice and stretched out and forward. And all the while, keep breathing. And then slowly inhale and come all the way back up, right? Go back to that bound angle one more time. So soles of the feet together, outer feet are sort of on the floor. The heels may be up and the knees are pointing to the side walls. And then slowly turn your knees together, feet flat on the floor. And then if you've been hanging onto the chair, you can let go and just relax the arms down by your sides for a moment, sitting with a nice tall spine. And so just check in. We've been working a lot with the arms and the legs and the spine, see how everything feels at this point, make sure everything's okay. All right, so let's move into a side bending pose. So somewhat combining what we did from earlier. So take the right leg and you're going to swing your right knee to the side. Now we're not going to scoot like we did earlier. So you can just stay in the center of your chair. So your right knee and your right knee and toes are pointing to the right. So raise the arms out to the sides. Your left leg just stays stationary. And then side bend. So take your forearm to your leg and then reach that arm overhead by your ear. And so a little bit more side bending this time. And then slowly come back upright. Now keep the legs like they are. Place your hands on your left thigh. That's the thigh facing forward toward the camera. Get tall in your spine and then lean forward toward the camera. So you're hinging the spine. That right thigh is pressing back toward the wall behind you. So somewhat combining some movements that we've already done earlier. And then slowly come back upright and then swing that right leg all the way in. All right, so let's do the same thing on the other side. So keep your right leg stationary, knee bent, foot flat on the ground, knee and toes forward. Swing the left leg off to the left side, knee and toes to the left. So inhale, sweep the arms up and out to the sides. And then exhale, side bend. So now you're going to take your forearm to your thigh and stretch that right arm overhead. This is a version of gate pose or gate latch. Sometimes you'll hear it translated as either gate or gate latch pose. And then slowly inhale and come all the way back upright. Now keep your legs like they are. Place your hands on your right thigh though. Get tall and then exhale. You'll tip forward a little bit. Again, the spine stays long. We're not rounding the back, putting the nose down on your knee, but lengthening out nice and long. And then inhale, gently come back upright and swing that leg back toward the front. All right, so now let's move into the arms of a pose called cow's face. So bring your arms down by your sides. Turn your right palm to face the wall behind you. Bend your right elbow and place the back of your right hand on your back. Don't worry about how high it is. We'll get there. All right, so now that you've got that, so your palm's facing the wall behind you, slide your right hand up your back a bit. Now raise the left arm up toward the ceiling. Bend your left elbow and bring your left hand down your back so your left palm is facing your back. So I'll come closer and show the back view of it. So that you've got one hand facing back, one hand on the back, like so. So one elbow up, one elbow down. And then release the arms, just relax them back down. And let's do the other side. So turn your left palm to face the back wall. Bend the left elbow, rest the back of your hand on your back. And then any amount, maybe you sneak it up a bit. And then raise the right arm toward the ceiling. Bend that elbow. Bring the palm onto your back. so that your top hand is going down, your bottom hand's going up, and your two elbows are reaching away from one another. So again, the hands are on the back. Maybe they're way apart. I don't know. Maybe you've got your hands touching. That could happen too. And then release the arms. Slowly let them go. If you need to roll the shoulders out a little bit, feel free to do so. So then separate your feet about chair leg width apart. Get tall through your spine. And then exhale, hinge forward. So you rest your forearms onto your legs and just let your head and your neck relax. Just stay here and breathe for a moment. So if this is the right place for you to stay, then stay here. Or for some folks, maybe the hands come to the floor between the feet, keeping the spine nice and long. But if that's too much, if your back rounds, then just stay back up here on your thighs. That works just as well. So we're just giving the back a break, holding the weight of the torso with the arms. Just coming into an easy symmetrical shape. And then slowly sit all the way back upright. And then bring the legs and the feet just a comfortable distance apart. So we're going to do a few moments of a little bit of breathing practice, a little relaxation. So if you are comfortable in your chair where you are, that's fine. If you need to lean against the back of your chair for support, that's fine too. Or if you've got something like I've got here, a Nerf ball, or if you've got a little pillow or something, you need support between you and the back of the chair, you're welcome to do that. And then just turn your palms up so the backs of your hands are resting onto your legs. And then gently close your eyes. So I'm going to come closer to the screen just because you don't need to see me sitting. So just let the backs of the hands rest. Relax your shoulders. The eyes close. And begin to focus on your breathing again. So I'll challenge you to make your inhales and your exhales the same length. So you're just counting the length of your breath. And maybe, even if it's possible, maybe you count to 6 as you inhale and 6 as you exhale. So inhale, like 6 seconds. So it's like a metronome counting. So if you can hear, so it's just an inhale for 6, exhale for 6. Now, what happens if you run out of air before 6? Well, then don't worry about it. Don't hold your breath and count to 6 anyway, but just keep breathing. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Maybe to 6, maybe not. But can you make the breath even? Inhale and exhale. So do that one more time. And then just let go of any counting of your breath and just completely relax and let go. So we'll just be here for a few moments. Relax the facial muscles so you don't have a facial expression. So relax your jaw and clench your top and bottom teeth. Relax your shoulders, your arms, even down to your palms and fingers. Relax the chest, the back, the abdomen, the back. Relax your hips and your legs all the way down to your toes. And within that relaxed body, keep relaxing your breathing for just a few more moments. I'll be silent for just a moment. And now take a slow, full, deep breath in through your nose. Exhale that breath completely. And then if you want to wiggle your fingers and your toes or stretch any, feel free to do so. And then join your palms together like we've done a couple of times already. So palms together, hands in front of the center of your chest. And so we'll close with a Sanskrit word, the traditional language of yoga. The word is namaste. And it really is, it's a word of acknowledging and honor and respecting one another. Namaste. I thank you all for your time and your attention this morning, and I hope you guys had a good time. So thank you for being here.